5-minute trap. Pandas. Pandas. Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just finished a pre-market show. Always have a great time there. Hope you guys are doing well. We had news this morning, and hopefully you guys took advantage of the news. I can't count how many times I mentioned that yesterday that we had news this morning at 8:30 a.m. and it was the CPI numbers. And in this environment, the CPI, huge news, and you can tell by the movement of the market just that it moved essentially in like one swift movement here. Had a 42-point move from the bottom to the top, and it's an account making trade. So essentially, in one trade, you could have passed all your accounts, and yeah, that's what opportunity presented itself this morning at 8:30, and most likely another opportunity will present itself at 2 o'clock with FOMC being announced. So if you did miss this, then you might have another chance at FOMC. It's just no guarantees, of course. Especially if you already have a big move. It's not very common you see two big moves happen. But you do have two big news events today, so it may, there's a possibility. Good morning, guys. Dante Matthews, good morning. Hey, drop a GM in the chat. Drop a like also. Today is Whiskey Wednesday. Good morning, guys. Is 200 too much? Do you think 200 is too much? Or 250? Should I make it just 200? Let's just get this goal here. Let's try this. Let's just try this. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Whiskey Wednesday. Because FOMC is today, we may have a slow day, so it likes, honestly, the market likes to go slow and choppy until the news. But we did have news this morning, so it might give us some volatility, but also the volatility might be done. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Dante, good morning. Hugh, good morning. Tanner, good morning. Speedy Boy, good morning. Bill 7, good morning. Scalp that like button. Let's go, baby. Hansman, good morning. Chewy, morning, Panda. I passed 300k eval on news. Let's go, baby. Congratulations, Chewy. And that's what I mean. Honestly, it's like oftentimes people have a difficult time to pass the eval slowly, and I get it. But if you want a PA account, the easiest way, and I'm not saying this is the best way, but the easiest way to do it in terms of not needing to think about it and just trying to pass it. And honestly, the most lucky, you have to be lucky. It's a 50-50 coin toss. And yeah, and if you guess right, then you can pass your eval. I will 100% not recommend you to do that for PA accounts. Only for evals because they don't care. Good morning, guys. Frank Angelo, good morning. Dante Matthews asks or says, sounds like someone wants a drink. Honestly, I do not enjoy whiskey, at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. But if you guys can get to 200 likes, I will celebrate with a nice sip of whiskey. Jancy, good morning. Shayak, good morning. Iron Cruz, good morning. Timothy, good morning. Steven, good morning. How important are gaps on the 2000 tick chart? What do you mean by gaps? Like gaps between candles? It's very rare. I mean, it's not very rare, but it does happen, but they get typically filled very quickly. I just don't know when the last time I saw a gap. You mean like an actual gap, or do you mean... I'm just not sure what you mean by gaps. You can also see there's a little gap here between these two candles. From here to here, there's a gap from the close to the open, and so that's technically a gap. If that's what you mean by gap, then yeah, these fill immediately typically, but sometimes they don't. Yeah, you know, they usually fill. Does it help with, you know, telling you the power of the direction? Maybe, but I don't bank on that. I don't use that very often as analysis. Simone says, do you think market will range for the rest of the session? I mean, until 2 o'clock with the FOMC? I don't know. I mean, on the daily chart, you got a nice two-legged pullback. You see here with this green 7. It's a 7 here, and it's green. Kind of hard to see. But maybe I can make them bigger. More perks. More perks with the indicator here. All right. So I can make the numbers bigger on this indicator. So you see this dark green number, 7. It means it's a two-legged pullback. That's what the indicator does. A, B, C. Right? Two-legged pullback. 2 pushes down. Right? You got 1 push down. Then you got an entry and a second push down, and then a second entry. This is what we call it. Second entry, two-legged pullback, ABC pattern, whatever you want to call it. They're all pretty much the same. Some people call it zigzag pattern, whatever. But it's just down. It's just two-legged move in the same direction, and you get a second entry long off our trend line, and it is a nice push up. Bear Bull Trader says, Mac Pat is going to file a lawsuit against me by using his copyright 2000 tick chart for a live show on YouTube. Oh no. Oh no, I used a 2000 tick chart. Oh no, I guess he owns this. Yeah, okay. That's just crazy. Anyways, thank you for that. I'm assuming you're kidding, and if you're not, then this world is a scary place. SW Blaze, good morning. Kyle Lubers, good morning. Dante Matthews, good morning.
10,000 tick trap.
Trap on a 10,000 tick chart. Actually, pretty incredible. You're thinking on 10,000 tick chart with a candle like this, that you would have a huge, you have some follow through, but you see just one move up and no follow through. You just had 2 legs down. The second entry long may fail here, but who knows? Who knows? How would they know? How would they know? So we got to break a trend to new low, right? Break a trend to new low. Daily chart still looks like pretty strong. It does make a higher high here. I mean, we can always come back down to the 20 MA or go sideways until the 20 MA catches up to us. That's quite possible. We don't have to go straight to the top of the trading range. Notice the trading range indicator giving us a trading range way back here last month and showing us that even with this huge move down, we were still in a trading range, and we may come back up to the top of the trading range. This is a trading range indicator on the daily chart, and it works, you know, since it's based on price action. This indicator works on any chart. And so you know, the 5-minute chart, we've been in the trading range. 10,000 tick chart, we've been in the trading range until finally we broke out with the news. Man, looks like we're going to reverse here. That's incredible. 10,000 tick chart, 2-legged pullback off the 20 minute with a nice signal bar, but it may trap here. And also a huge move up, thinking there might be some follow through. That's you know, that's a shame for those who went long here. I don't know, it still hasn't technically stopped you out, but you know, you're not feeling too great about this trade at the moment. We do have news again at 2 p.m. and so that's why we have Whiskey Wednesday. And the whiskey challenge today is 200 likes during stream. And I'll sip on some whiskey for you guys. We are currently at 29 likes. Can we bump that up to 50 likes before 9:30, before the open? We have about 2 minutes to get to 50 likes. I think we're well on our way to reaching our goal at 200 if we can get there. Let's get to 50 likes and then see if we can hit that 200 like goal. Really lowering my standards here. Dr. Lena, appreciate it. Scalp that like button. It looks like everyone's gonna get sued by using the 2000 tick chart. It's Mac. He's like Smeagol with the ring. My precious 2000 tick chart. Thing is though, I actually give a lot of credit to Mac though. So he probably has got such a boost in sales because of me. I am not joking. He probably got so many sales from me. I mean, he should give me an affiliate. He owes me a lot of money, to be honest. I'm Chris. Did I ever fix my ant problem? You know, I asked you guys what is the best for ants, and half of you guys said to use Taro. Taro, that thing is, it is amazing. I mean, whoever created that ant bait is a genius. That thing is, I didn't know this, but the way ants feed or eat, they don't eat the food directly. They actually have to bring the food back to like the queen or something, and the queen feeds like the babies, and they eat the, you know, whatever the babies excrete. And so bringing that bait back to their hive, it actually is it kills like every single ant, because in order for them to eat, the food has to pass through like every single life cycle or every single, you know, ant. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, Taro, it works amazing. Market just opened, pandas, and we're just flippity floppity choppity choppity chippity choppity, just going back and forth here. Slippity sloppity. We may get a trap on 10,000 tick.
10,000
quite surprising.
Tick trap.
10,000 tick trap just triggered. We may come back all the way back down. We may lose all this huge move up. And if anyone went long here, thoughts and prayers to you. You just got stopped out, unfortunately. A failed trap may be a good setup here, to be honest. Geez, but that's tricky. That's just very tricky at this point. I probably would like a setup here on the 2000 tick. Maybe retest the previous day's high. Essentially Big Mama. Again, notice Big Mama triggering, giving you a nice scalp plus a swing. You could have had a nice runner here and ran it 20 some points. Yeah, 20 points. Easy 20 points. Possible H4 setup, but look at this. We are not able to get above the 20 MA here. So that could give us some clues on the strength of this bear move down. We do have an H4 setup here. It's not an H4. I'll take the trap trade here potentially, but that's pretty much it. I'll take the trap. That's it. The trap will also trigger the, you know, the failed trap on the. Maybe I'll take this actually. No, outside bar reversal. Skip it. But notice that if you take any long here, it will coincide with 10,000 tick fail trap, which is a pretty strong setup in my opinion. So going long there, you're also in the fail trap on the 10,000 tick. Like I mentioned, I may look for a fail second entry short here. I'm just gonna sit on my pause until an opportunity presents itself here. Just imagine how angry you are if you're on a 10,000 tick chart. You go long here, you get stopped out by about not even 1 point, and then it goes the direction you thought it was gonna go. That's how. So you want to be in that frustrated trade. You want to be in that trade that frustrates those who went long here. How do I know that frustrates them? Because I've been that person. I mean that panda. I've been that. Sorry, I had a moment of forgetting what species I was. Fail second entry short potentially here. Taking this trade here, coinciding with that fail trap on the 10,000 tick. Fail second entry short. We're in this trade, pandas. It doesn't look good, at least right off the bat. The moment it touches, it kind of reverses, and I don't like the look of that. But I think it's worth taking. You have a lot of things going for you here. I may get stopped out. If I get stopped out, then I'm gonna just take this as choppy day until FOMC. But this trade here is a trap trade. With a break of trend to new low, double bottom, also coinciding 10,000 tick, failed trap. So I just feel like that trade was not a bad trade to take, but it fails. Sometimes these don't work out. So it's a trap trade that I actually liked, so it is what it is. Break a trend to new low, as you can see, with a double bottom, and you got a failed trap here, or failed second entry short, also a failed trap, and this doesn't work out for you. So with the day being tricky like that, I typically just sit on my pause until I get very clear direction here. If I take any more trades, probably it might be very tricky, because that's a very tricky thing to fail, in my opinion. A lot of things going for you in that trade, and it doesn't work out. Potential H4 on the 10,000 tick. So down 583, and now I'm officially not a profitable trader. Just got more room to go down. It's just tricky. That's very tricky in my opinion. The fact that failed here, that is yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying that failed. That makes me think that today might be a very tricky day, or the traps may not do well today. The setup, I'm still thinking about it. It still looks like a good setup to me, to be honest. It's above the 20 MA, coming after break a trend to new low, and you're getting a double bottom here, another push up, possible H4 setup on the 10,000 tick. Knowing how tricky this is, I may not want to trade until this is resolved. We got a higher low. You see this pivot doesn't go as low as this pivot. Basically like a kind of inverse head and shoulders here. I may be a sucker here, and if this gives me another fail second entry short, I may try again, but who knows. We do have an H4 setup on 10,000 tick chart, and it looks very nice actually. It's clearly above the 20 MA. It's a decent setup on the 10,000 tick. Higher low, second entry long, and it's above the 20 MA. The risk is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of risk. More than I typically like to take. Maybe with a retracement, I can consider taking that. I'd rather look for a setup now, a long setup on the 2000 tick chart. That's how I'll play that. Kid Poker asks how many contracts did I trade? I trade 5 contracts, 4 to scalp, 1 to run. And that's an eval. Just because it's an eval. On my actual accounts, I don't trade so aggressive. On my actual accounts, I typically trade up to like 1 to 2 contracts on one particular account. I didn't use a 4-point stop. I used a price action stop, which is 1, 2, 2.25 points. Very small risk. Very small risk. That's another reason why I like that trade, because it was a very small risk. It was almost a 1-to-1 risk reward. I use up to 4 points. I don't go more than 4 points. If I have to risk more than 4 points, I usually look for a retracement.
10,000 tick trap.
This is looking wacky. This is looking really wacky right now. Trading range. Turn to a trading range. I mean, trading range indicator told us that it was doing that. But wow. Okay. H4 is failing on a 10,000 tick. Almost. H4 just failed on the 10,000 tick. Incredible. Incredible. Very tricky day. Just sitting in my paws knowing it's tricky now.
10,000 tick trap.
Knowing the market's out to get your money. The market is not your friend. It is out there to betray you. Stab you in the back. Today is Whiskey Wednesday, and so as we look through this chop, helps a lot if you scalp that like button. Try to get to 200 likes during stream, and I'll sip on some whiskey to celebrate. We are currently almost a quarter of the way there. That means that with your powers combined, that you could potentially get it up to 200 likes. This is definitely trading range. How do I want to trade it? I don't know. It's too small, the trading range, to be honest. Massive spike was CPI this morning, yes sir. There was CPI numbers, and I have no idea what they said, but price action is king, so it doesn't matter what they said. It's just what matters is how the market reacts. Does anyone know the reading of the CPI? Let's see. CPI was actual 0.1% month over month, 5% year over year. All right, we're getting pushed down, retesting Big Mama, previous day's high. Are we going to come all the way back down to where we before the news? I could not take this trade. Notice that, pandas. There's no way I would take this trade. Look at the signal bar. Too difficult. We do have FOMC today as well at 2 o'clock. This is why this is why the market's so choppy. It's because we do have news later, and that's why I do the whiskey challenge on Wednesday, because FOMC days are always on Wednesday, and so when it does happen, I like to do this because of how slow the market is. Am I looking for a long trade? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. Maybe come back into the trading range. We'll need a high or low setup of some sort, or a fail second entry short. Bill 7 says, made 200 on the NQ, 2 trades, done for the day, taking profit, holding steady. I only need $260 to pass the eval. I have a PA account, but was too chicken to trade it today. Hey, congratulations. You are doing much better than I am. There's a large gap on the 5-minute chart created from the news. We may fill it. Who knows? Notice that on the trading range indicator on the 5-minute chart, the trading range indicator is still producing the trading range. 10,000 tick chart, fails second entry long, turns to a trap trade to the downside, ends up being a second entry short, and geez, I was not expecting that, to be honest. These news days are tricky. I can consider this like a breakout trend to new low at this point. $240 SMA bouncing off of it. It could act as support with this H4 setup. You can see it's an H4 by this 4 here, showing us that we had 4 pushes down, and now we're reversing. But I don't take H4s on their own, standalone. I usually wait for a failed second entry short. It could look like this. It could look like this. It could even look like this, which just ends up just being a second entry long. Just waiting. I guess I could look for a second entry short as well if I think we're in a downtrend. Angel asks, how do you handle being red? I find it hard to go from red to green. How do I handle it? I don't know. It is difficult. I will say if you are if you just started trading, being red is one of the worst feelings you can get, and our natural response as human beings is to do whatever we can to get out of red. And so we'll find ourselves doing things that are reckless, going on tilt, and making bad decisions. It's part of human nature, really. How do I handle it? Do I handle it? I don't know. Do I even handle it? Hey, we're coming back to fill the gap on the 5-minute chart. Marcus said, what news? What news? Going right back to the previous day's close. I do think eventually we will go back up, though. But who knows? I could be wrong. Huh. Just a straight shot down. We're gonna try to fill that gap on the 5-minute chart. Why is there a gap on the 5-minute chart and not on any other chart? Well, because the 5-minute I only have the regular trading hours, and so there's a gap often created from the overnight session, and we're trying to. It seems like we're trying to fill it. You know, who cares about this huge spike? You know, if news really mattered, then why is this happening? Really, at the end, price action is king. It doesn't really matter what the news says, because look at, if the news was truly good, and this is the reason why it went up, then we will continue to go up. We wouldn't just come right back down to essentially the price level where the news, before the news even triggered. But absolutely incredible move, just going straight down. You would think there would be follow through on this 10,000 tick chart. Huge move up, and you know, essentially creates this kind of slant here, and essentially a spiking channel, but no follow through. You know, the first reversal was the last. Yeah, pandas, put in the chat, how do you guys handle dealing with red? If you guys are at a loss, how do you guys handle it? What do you guys do? What are some practical things you guys do? I think I just got so used to being red. It doesn't bother me as much. It's just quite annoying. Definitely, it helps a lot if you can wait a day and see on the next day, you know, you don't see your P&L. Or maybe it's good if you just don't see your P&L at all. Just get rid of it. So you just trade every trade as if you didn't know what your P&L was. Kyle Luber says the way he handles it, max contracts, swing for the fences. Hey, sometimes that works though. And it feels really good if it does work. Dante says he sets a 3-minute timer. I don't know. John Q says I go into David Goggins mode and fight my way back. Angel says, do you have a daily loss limit? I'm asking because I just got funded and my first trading day was negative 600. I feel like I lost too much on my first day, and now I probably need 3 to 4 good days to make that back. Let me just say first off, when you say you're funded, I'm hoping you're saying you're funded by Apex or any prop firm. Because if you lost $600 and you were personally funded, that's $600 is gone. But if you lost $600 from a prop firm, then really what did you lose? You lost nothing really. You didn't lose anything in personal capital. The most that you could potentially lose is the fees you paid, which maybe amounts to $100, a little more than $100. And so, yep, 150K. So losing 600 on the 150K account is much better than losing $600 on your personal funds. So that is the first good news. Losing $600 is not bad actually on one day. I think, you know, imagine what you typically lose on any trade. You lose potentially around $200 per trade. So you might have had like 3 losses, and 3 losses is kind of like the max that I will typically like to have in any day. And so, you know, the worst you can lose is at 600.
10,000 tick trap.
Chewy just having an amazing day. Beautiful day, passed 300K eval and had no losses and made another 6K on a second 300K eval, logging off and going to the beach. Good luck, y'all. It just sounds like such a perfect day. Yeah, maybe getting rid of your P&L may help. Honestly, I have no setups here. We don't have a second entry short. We don't have a second entry long. We don't have a fail second entry short. We have no setups here whatsoever. I mean, we might try to fill the gap. So I have a kind of a target here, filling the gap on the 5-minute chart. But Other than that, don't know what's going on. We may get a second entry short here. GC Burke says, if you got rid of this one song, I would be happy. You don't like the song? What song is this? Alright, it's gone. I hope you're happy. Okay, Tanner says he likes the song. Huh. What do I do? I'm in a dilemma. Quite a dilemma. GC Burke's a panda, so what can I say? Tanner says if you Tanner, if you became a panda, maybe you have some more power. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. We are about 30% there in terms of reaching the 200 like goal. Hansman says you have to extend the playlist. It's every day the same. It's true. I am repeating the same. I can try to expand it. It's just man. Essentially I used to play this playlist has like a lot of songs, but obviously you guys hear the same ones probably multiple times. We're at the top of this channel here now. And randomly just getting a nice push up. I used to play the lo-fi radio, and I always got copyright dinged. It was so frustrating. Just like, why? Why am I getting dinged here? You know, the whole reason for the lo-fi radio is so it can be free. Patsy says, I love the music on the stream. Good vibes. Appreciate it. Dante Matthew says, thanks everyone. Good luck to those trading 2 p.m. CL tomorrow. JLV says, past my new evals. The past 2 PAs, I just been greedy. I'm on day 5 or whatever, and I just need probably like $600. And try to go for it. Doesn't go my way. I go for a reruns trade, and it goes bad. Yep. That is a story of a lot of people's lives. But congratulations on getting the new evals. Hopefully this round of PAs you can... I know JLV was doing very well, so hopefully you can do just as good or even better. Alright, we got to bounce off our trend line here, off the top of the channel. The reason why I made it look like this is because it did not care at all about this trend line here. It did not care at all. You know, the point where we're supposed to reverse, it doesn't. Instead, it keeps going down. So I'm just going to make it much more broad. With that being said, I'm not looking for any long trades. Right, we need to break a trend to new low at this point. We're at 69 likes. It's just a pure statement. That's all that was. Skipping this trap. Skip it. I'm not looking for a long trade right now. It's a good signal bar, and if this context was different, I probably would like to take this trap. But you'll have this trend line now, and not only that, if we do break it, we're still looking for a new low. So I'm not looking for a long trade at this point. Too much needs to happen still. So those who went long here, thoughts and prayers to you. You might still make it. You're still haven't been stopped out, but it just doesn't look good. In fact, I may want to go short here on a lower high, but it's not really my style either. Right, the lower high, second entry short, basically A, B, C. It's a two-legged pullback, second entry short. But notice the first leg, it's above the 20 MA, so I don't like that. But we are currently using this as resistance, and it might break through. I mean, it's not impossible for it to break through. It's just there's a clear resistance here, so I'm. Cosmos, any news about the Big Mama video? I think hopefully sometime this week I'll release a Big Mama video. All right, so you just got stopped out for those who took that long. Okay. That lower high second entry short does work out for you. Interesting. Two pushes down on the 5-minute chart, which is what I was waiting for. 5-minute chart showing two legs down here. Right? The market likes to move in two, so that's why I wait for two-legged moves. Right, now it has two-legged move. Now we can actually reverse here. Just don't know when. Gotta let the price action tell us. What I mean by you gotta let the price action tell us. What I mean by that is you need a price action setup. You need something to bounce off some sort of support. You need, a reversal bar. You need, you need a candle to break the previous candle's high. You just need some price action to tell you that it's reversing. And the more things you have together, the better it is. Typically, I wait for a setup. Fail second entry short. Or at least to get above the 20 MA. Potential trap trade here. Do I like this trap trade to go down with trend? A little far away from 20 MA. It's not looking super strong. Okay, got closer to 20 MA there. I may take this trap trade. I don't know. This could be creating a second entry long on the 5-minute chart. Okay, definitely touching the 20 MA now. Definitely can't go short now. Not with that signal bar.
Five-minute trap.
Okay. Still don't know what to do. I'm still confused. We are at 74 likes though. We're almost halfway there, Pandas. We still got 45 minutes left in the stream. I think we can do it. Actually, you know what? I don't think we can do it. I don't believe in the Pandas. I don't think they have what it takes. Interesting. No, we are definitely breaking the trend here. Higher highs. Sorry, higher lows, higher highs. Confusing. Are we going to turn to a trading range here? Are we still on a downtrend? It's just a small pullback or failed breakout. Do I need a fail second entry short here to enter long? I don't know. I don't think I want to enter long still.
Five-minute trap.
Jonathan says, "Hey Panda, is there a video that explains how Apex works?" Not from me. Maybe I could release a video doing that. But Apex has so much good material on their website that, yeah. But maybe I would post a video just on my journey and, you know, it's maybe far enough into this year where I can kind of disclose some more information about, you know, how much I made last year off Apex, and maybe I'll do a video, so, more content for you guys, but none that I know of. We talk a lot about it here, so if you do have questions from beginning to end, I mean, we can explain everything here, essentially. Got a higher low set up here. Would I take a fail second entry short? It's the question. I don't know. I really don't know. Fail second entry short in this area? Yikes. I don't like the fact that there's a gap on the 5-minute chart. There's a gap down here. The trap almost triggered. Definitely too far away from 20 MA here. A little too much chop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars in a row. I don't know about that. The outside bar reversal does trigger the trap. I'll say the most important thing about Apex is to learn about their trailing threshold. You need to learn about that in terms of trading, and I also learn about the fees, and also learn about you know, like the rules. You know, like, yeah, the rules, trading threshold, withdrawal rules, and trading rules. You know, what do they allow in trading? What do they not? They're pretty open about trading. It's pretty much free game, other than like the obvious stuff in terms of like news and things like that, but. Yeah, do your due diligence definitely before starting. Strong bull bar ending on its high on the 10,000 tick. It may lead to always in long trading. I still don't like this trap, even though it has potential making a scalp. It's just too far away from 20 man. It looks very grindy. Jancy says, do you think before you do Apex you should have a winning strategy? I would say before trading with any real money, you should have. I understand what Jancy is saying, and I know Vanity's Aaron Core says no. Definitely not. Just go. Just do it. And yeah, I understand, because if you're practicing, actually practicing with the evals is not a bad idea. As in, you can buy like the cheapest eval at 80% off, and you can essentially practice on sim. You get free license and free data. So for just like a low monthly payment, and you also have the opportunity, if you somehow can do it, pass the eval and get a PA account. So with that alone, may be worth doing it because of how cheap it is just to get the data and the license. So I understand, like, if you want to practice, you can get an Apex account to do that. Would I say to just trade Apex? No, like really, you do need, before you do anything, when you put your own hard-earned money into it, you should be in a place where you can at least have an idea of a system or something. There's a lot of things out there, though. I'll say that much. We're getting another push up here. It's just looking too sketchy, too sus right now. I am sitting on my paws. It's a spiking channel currently. Jeffy says, is there a new rule next month? Nope, they stopped it. I mean, that was awesome. I thought that's like probably one thing that will go down in history for me in terms of Apex. When every single person gathered up and told them what they felt about the new rules that they were going to implement, and man, they responded very quickly. I've never seen them respond so quickly on anything. And within the day of announcing, they decided to push back, or basically get rid of the new rule. Just seeing how that all unfolded, it was like I don't know, it was just fun. it was exciting for me, just seeing what would happen and see how they would respond, and just seeing people gather. Like, I've never seen so many people unify for one thing. Maybe after 9/11, that was the only time I saw such unity, solidarity in America. So I just felt like, 9/11 and then the Apex new rules. Those were the two times I saw, a beautiful sight where everyone gathered together and worked together on something. All enemies became friends. Codium asks, are we in a Albrooks Walmart trade? Maybe. We could be always in long on 10,000 tick chart as well. Now we got 3 bull bars. 2,000 tick chart. I'm trying to find a setup on 2,000 tick, and I got nothing. I just got all first entries here. These are all first entries because you can see the number here are all bright green. So these are all first entries. Appreciate you guys scalping that like button. Oh, this market is what I thought it was gonna be. Just terrible. FOMC, it's gonna be at 2 o'clock, and so we're just grinding, kind of grinding until then. I mean, we had a decent move down. No entries though. No entries set up for us. And now it's just grinding to the upside with a spike and channel, spike channel. Spike channel. It's a tight channel. Untradeable. I took one trade today and I thought it was a decent setup. I think maybe the main problem about this trade was that they didn't bounce off any type of support. I thought it did have a support on the higher time frames, so I decided to take it, but eventually it just was not a, it didn't work out. So yeah, definitely another thing that is to note is that there's no moving average gap. What's a moving average gap? When there's a gap between if you're above the 20 MA, you need a gap between the low of a candle and the 20 MA, or if you're beneath the 20 MA, you need a gap between the high of the 20 MA and the high of the candle and 20 MA. So there's a gap here, right? The high of this candle, but look here, there's no gap that's above the 20 MA until right here, teeny little gap right here. See the space between the low and the 20 MA? That's a gap. That's a moving average gap. It's an Al Brooks price action, I guess, terminology, you can call it. No idea what's happening here. No setups for me still. Just watching this go up without me, just grinding up. No setups whatsoever. That's a frustrating thing about these kind of days. Hugh says he got out with a 1-to-1 risk reward on a 5-minute chart. Nice. Congratulations. Student of Price says, is 8% off only for first month? It's for every month. Lifetime. Oh, the eval. BBM80. Take advantage of it while it still lasts. I believe we have until next week. I think it stops on the 18th. Yep, the 18th. Okay, again, continues to grind up all first entries. No entries for me. I'm just watching this go without me, so it is what it is. I don't have FOMO here just because there's nothing to have FOMO about. There's just no way I'm going to enter this trend here without any remotely anything close to a setup here. DC Berg says, I think you should do another 24/7 pass eval week. Hey, I'm actually doing that already, you know. Not 24/7, but I'm like already doing a kind of 300k eval challenge. That was really fun though. I may do that again. It was really fun. But honestly, like, the market has not been so kind. Like, even in the off hours, it's not like this great price action. It's actually all terrible. Ooh. Fail second entry short, maybe on the 10,000 tick. JNC says, if you do a video on how Apex works, I'll sign up for one. Okay. I guess I'm making a video. I'll make a video, I guess. Terrible price action. We're just watching this. The spike in channels finally failing. People don't realize, but spike in channels, like if the spike in channel is going up, this is bearish. This is actually a bearish setup. Most people are looking for the break of this channel to go down back to the bottom of the channel. So it creates a trading range essentially. So their target is basically the bottom of this channel. Did they get there? Who knows? We may get a fail second entry short on the 10,000 tick. I may be interested in that on the 10,000 tick chart actually. But it has to be within a reasonable risk reward ratio.
$10,000 tick trap.
Trap on 10,000 tick chart. Again, it's hard because the risk is quite large. So I'm going to take this trade. I might have to go half the contracts because of the risk is so big. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 point risk. Maybe I could take a 2 contracts. I like the setup. Just the risk is huge. I would have to swing it. Or I can get a retracement, which what I think is appropriate. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can get a retracement this far down, then I would consider entering this trade. But I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get that. I don't know if we can get that back down that low. 10,000 tick chart trap trade. And I have to get filled before it reaches like a certain scalping target. My max risk is 4 points, so this is why I'm putting my retracement this far down. If I don't get this retracement, it's just too much risk for me. I can't take this trade. Simple as that. Or I can try to enter in with less contracts. So I can enter with try 2 contracts, which doubles my risk, but then also I will have to double my reward. Woo! What just happened? Whoo! Anyone see that? Anyone see what just happened? That was crazy. Could be a failed trap here. That was crazy. It just like zoomed down, it filled me. I don't know if anyone saw that. My risk is a typical 4 points, so I don't mind losing this for such a high probability trade with this trap triggering. It's okay. I'm willing to lose this. I find the setup to be decent. $10,000 tick chart, deep retracement. It looks like it's to try to stop me out. Continues to push downwards. Not looking good. All right. Well, it is what it is, pandas. 1604 today. 4-point stop loss with 5 contracts. It's $1,000. Double trap on the 10,000 tick. It's just one of those days, huh? Trap on a 2,000 tick fails. Trap on the 10K fails. Above the 20 MA. Ouch, down 1,000. It's all good though. You gotta remember, we are trading 5 contracts, so being down 1,000, it's not too bad. It's just one loss, really. That's rough though. That's rough. I came with a deep retracement, so I didn't mind losing that as much. So that's the danger of entering, you know, with that much risk, this much risk, because you could, if you do lose it, you're gonna lose a lot. So for me, I had to take that deep retracement to even consider it, and I'm glad I did, or I would have been in a lot more pain, a lot more pain. I could have also reduced my contract sizes to like 2 contracts, and it would have been less damage than this, I think, overall. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of the risk you take when you trade aggressive with about 5 contracts. RP says maybe a good time for a shot of whiskey. Hey, you know what it takes. 200 likes. That's painful though. I don't like days like this. I really don't like days like this. This trap fails. Trap on a 10,000 tick chart fails. Yeah, that's gross. Just gross. What's my next trade? I don't even know.
10,000 tick trap. 5-minute trap.
All right, now it's pushing up where I wanted to push up before. It's a triple trap again. 10,000 tick chart is a triple trap, triple trap. Absolutely incredible. Just a tricky day today, huh? It's gross. It's very gross, in fact.
Five-minute trap.
Still no setups though. Not even on the 2000 tick chart at least. Second entry long. Finally, something. Not what I like, but it's a second entry long. Interesting. I don't know. Don't know what the market's trying to do right now. Honestly, no idea. Maybe chop around here. Trap trade to the downside. Okay. Failed trap. Outside bar reversal. Looks so ugly, this price action. Nasty move down. Okay. Huh. Jeez. Notice in this one candle there was a double trap in this one candle. Traps here, trap there, and trapped again. Actually triple trap. Really hard to tell what the price action is. Very tricky, very choppy. Look at the 5-minute chart. Lots of overlapping bars, lots of outside bars, and just confusion. You know, outside bar reversals here. Maybe come back to the bottom trading range. Maybe finally fill the gap on the 5-minute chart. Darn, tough. Very tough. Very tough day. Most likely we'll break this low here. Break a trend. First break a trend. Looking for a new low now. Maybe that was my mistake trying to go long here. I'll look for a second entry long if I could get it, or a second entry short, but most likely won't get it. I may just buy on a strong bear bar on the higher time frames. Or sorry, sell. Strong bear bar on the 5-minute chart, most likely follow through. I would just sell it here and just hold it with a large stop loss. But that's not part of our strategy right now. That's more of an Albrook setup. Strong bear bar, most likely follow through. I'm looking for a second entry short if I can get one. I really doubt it though. Really doubt it. Give me a second entry short. This triggers without me. I wish I had the second entry short, but I knew follow through was going to happen on the 5-minute candle, right? The strong bear bar follow through. I just would like to sell it, but that's not what we're doing here. But I typically would do that off stream. Makes a scalp. Instead, I was looking for a second entry short to maybe jump in that. We're basically going to test these lows now. Maybe fill the gap on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, there's a gap here. May want to fill. Maybe trading range. Daily chart, interesting. No setups though. Super frustrating today. No setups. And the only setups that I saw, they both failed, which is unfortunate. No setups. Fills a gap on the 5-minute chart. Goes on without me, even though I knew this was gonna. That was my premise, but it is what it is. Makes that new low. Do I want to do Big Mama as a question? Kind of tough. Man, price action is so. I just cannot get any trades. There's no two-legged pullbacks essentially. There's price action, such as a 5-minute strong bear bar ending on its low. You're expecting a follow through, so you just sell it. But unfortunately, cannot get a piece of it because there's no setup. Big Mama might set up here. Might, but who knows? Believe it or not, I'll look for a fail second entry short here. Believe it or not. But it needs to be above 20 May. You're probably wondering why would I want to go long here? Well, because we had a break a trend to new low. And we're off of support. We're actually off of support now, which is the previous day's close. Gorodo, welcome, welcome. Tanner, 13-point runner off the double trap. Nice, nice. Fail second entry short is what I'm looking for right now, pandas. Believe it or not. It's not the day for traps, though, to the long side. So many of them have failed, so it might bite me in the tail here. But regardless, it might be my last trade. Feels like it's short here. Last trade of the day. The second entry short does make a scalp here. Interesting. Canceling it. Skip it. Alright, pandas. I mean, that's it. I mean, I'm down 1,600, but it's just the market's not presenting itself. I thought I had a better chance for a trap than the second entry short. The second entry short does end up scalping out with a terrible signal bar. And, you know, what can you do? I'm not taking that short trade, especially when you have on this bigger scale here. The bigger picture, break a trend to new low, coming off of support, potentially triggering above 20 May. That's what I was ready for. But instead, I'm getting this price action. It's very difficult for me to trade. And yeah, I got hit twice. My trades that I took was a trap trade after at the time, a break a trend to new low, double bottom, trap off of above the 20 May, but just no supports there. There was a support on the higher time frames right here off the 20 May. I thought that was enough for me to go long, but it wasn't. And then my second trade was 10,000 tick chart trap with deep retracement, ends up taking me out. And yeah, it is what it is. So those are my two trades I took. And yeah, I mean, it's all part of the plan, so I'm okay with it. So yeah, down quite a bit, but it's okay. Trading 5 contracts, it's relatively just a regular amount of loss. Typically, you lose up to $1,000. You can lose up to $1,000 on one trade, and so being down 1604, not the worst. So I mean, potentially if I lose 3 trades in a row, but that's $3,000. So I mean, that's the power of yeah, that's the power of leverage. Trap may trigger on the 10,000 tick chart.
10,000 tick trap.
Am I interested in this trap? Not really. Not really trying to go short either. All right, Panas. That being said, I'm gonna take the L today, and it is what it is. So I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Man, remember 2 o'clock today is the FOMC announcement, so please be aware of that. Don't be in a trade, and definitely not in a PA account. So hopefully you guys remember, and we're back to our regular programming. So tomorrow I'll be back streaming live the emini at 9 a.m. For the pre-market show, 9:15 for the mainstream, and I hope to see you guys there. And with that being said, trade safe, everybody, and as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.